Guys, I am a huge Alex Pereira fan. I just think he's really good for the UFC. He's a fun, exciting champion. He's super active, which I really like because we get to see him like 3 times a year. He has knockout power. He always puts on fun performances. But yeah, dude, at first when I saw the scorecards or when they read them out, I was like, I think that's a robbery. I think Pereira won that fight. But when you really think about it, you have to think about it objectively, which I'm doing now. And when you think about it objectively, Ankalaev was pressuring him the whole time. Ankalaev made Pereira back up. We've never seen anyone really do that to him. So he made Pereira back up. Pereira was not throwing the shots that he normally throws. You could see him like he would go to throw a head kick or he would go to throw a body kick or a leg kick and he would pull back. So he was hesitating a lot. And Ankalaev has great boxing combinations up close. He has great combinations. He has a powerful left hand. And one of the things about Ankalaev is every time he gets damaged, Alex Pereira was damaging those legs in the first round. Alex Pereira landed like 8, 9, 10 shots to the leg, and Ankalaev just he was limping to the stool in between the round, and it just doesn't affect him, man. Like he stays so composed in there. He can take shots well, and he's just tough as hell. And I have way more respect for him at this point, man. I really thought that Alex Pereira was going to outbox Ankalaev unless Ankalaev decided to go to the wrestling. But honestly, Ankalaev attempted like 12 takedowns, and Alex Pereira stuffed every single one of them. Alex Pereira's takedown defense, looked really, really good in this fight. So you can't really say, yeah, Ankalaev just went out there and out wrestled him. We knew it was a weakness of Pereira's. No, dude, Ankalaev just outboxed him on the feet. He landed the more damage. He was scarier on the feet. He made Pereira back up, and it was a very impressive performance. So yeah, in the first round, he Pereira damages the leg kicks of Ankalaev. Ankalaev's limping back to the stool. Pereira wins that round just based on damage, based on landing the more shots. It was kind of a close round because Ankalaev did land some good shots, but I thought it was a Pereira round pretty clearly. In the second round, Ankalaev comes out and he knows that his legs are getting chewed up. So what he does is very similar to what he did against Jan Blachowicz. He just starts pressuring. He's very fast. He starts pushing Pereira up against the cage. Pereira is so hesitant against someone like Ankalaev because Ankalaev, man, he's scary when he gets close to you. He lands very quick shots. He definitely had the speed advantage, and he landed really, really good shots in the second round. He actually ended up rocking Pereira at the end of the second with like 10 seconds left, maybe even less. Pereira stumbles back against the cage after getting rocked, almost gets dropped, and then the bell sounds. So if there was 10 more seconds left, I think Ankalaev maybe could have finished it at the end of the second round. But Pereira's good at recovering, man. He always recovers. Comes out in the third round, and it's another very close round. Very, very close round. They're both throwing shots. Again, Pereira's super hesitant. Pereira did land more shots in the third. I'm not sure if they were the more damaging shots, but when I was watching it live, I'll have to go back to watch it, but I thought Pereira won that round. So going into the fourth, I think, okay, it's 2-1 Pereira, but that it was a close round. It could be 2-1 Ankalaev, and so you never know. Going into the fourth round, Ankalaev comes out, super smart game plan. He starts pushing up Alex Pereira against the cage. Now, you can think that's boring, and it is boring to watch. It's not the greatest, most fun style to watch when they're doing that, but it's a smart game plan. He starts just leaning up, using his weight. Alex Pereira is getting really tired. You could tell he's fading in that round. He was sort of starting to get tired in the third round. And I think it's because he's not used to getting pressured. He's not used to having someone going against someone who has the confidence in his hands to pressure him. And Ankalaev pressured him like 75% of this fight, probably. Like it just seemed like Ankalaev was pushing him back the whole time. So in the fourth round, yeah, it wasn't exciting, but he won the round very clearly. He outlanded him significantly. Even though a lot of them were just knees in the clinch, he outlanded him. The ref ended up splitting it up. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I think, you got to stay busy in there, but Ankalaev, in my opinion, was throwing enough in the clinch to be able to keep the position, but they end up splitting it up. It's not that big of a deal. I'm not too sure. Like Ankalaev, in my opinion, was probably throwing enough, Anyways, Pereira starts getting to work, but it's not enough to win the round. Ankalaev has the control time. He has the more damage. So in my opinion, it was 2-2 going into the fifth. Fifth round starts. Pereira's starting to pressure a little more. You can tell he has a little more urgency, but he does really well towards the end of the round, maybe the last like minute and a half. But so I thought actually Pereira won the fifth round watching it live, but I had to look at it objectively. And when you look back at it, Ankalaev actually outlanded Pereira. He landed the more powerful shots. And so I have to give it to Ankalaev, man. He won 3-2, in my opinion. Some people think it's 4-1. I didn't think it was 4-1, but it doesn't really matter because Ankalaev won the fight. He's the new champion. So I don't know what's next. I think Ankalaev, man, dude, if Ankalaev would fight like Yuri Prochazka next, I think that would be a fun fight. I actually think Yuri is a much more difficult matchup for someone like Ankalaev just because Ankalaev's way more traditional in the way that he strikes. But Yuri's he's so goofy on the feet, so you never really know what's going to happen with him. But I think that would be a fun fight. They're probably going to do the rematch just because it was close, and a lot of people are saying how close it is. And a lot of people are saying it's a robbery. It wasn't a robbery, in my opinion. And that's coming from someone who's a big Pereira fan. So, yeah, they're probably going to do the rematch. Am I interested in it? Sure. I mean, there's not a ton of guys right now at light heavyweight. I think Yuri Prochazka could get the next shot. Maybe Alex Pereira moves up to lightweight. But man, yeah, that was an interesting fight. Ankalaev won. We have a new champion. Pereira did not look like himself. Ankalaev was so good at pressuring him, man. I was pretty impressed with him. And, I watched a lot of Ankalaev's fights and going up against some guys. He went up against Anthony Smith. He went up against Rakic. He went up against Johnny Walker. And you're thinking, okay, these aren't the greatest wins. He's looking amazing in the fights. He's dominating the fights. But going up against someone like Alex Pereira, you think he's not going to be able to do the same thing that he did to those guys against Alex Pereira. And he did, man. He just pressured him. He looked amazing in this fight. He didn't change a bit. And I really like that Ankalaev didn't change, man. Like, maybe he went to the wrestling a little more than he does in his previous fights, but so what, dude? He won the fight, and yeah, good job for Ankalaev. We have a new champion. Yeah, I'm excited to see what's next, dude. Yuri Prochazka, man. Let's go for that. Let's go for that. I'm coming. I'm coming for Ankalaev. But yeah, I think Yuri Prochazka might be next. Anyways, that's it for now. Peace.